Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Thursday, April 11th, 2024. Today we're going to recap NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball from yesterday. Look ahead to tonight's games in each sport. I was going to do an NFL mock draft, but I forgot. So we'll definitely do one on Monday. Soccer, Masters, Survivor, Masked Singer, News and Notes, and Best Bet. NBA is where we'll begin. We'll recap the games from last night and look ahead to the games being played tonight. Cavs over the Grizzlies 110-98, Hornets over the Hawks 115-114, Nets over the Raptors 106-102, Mavs over the Heat 111-92, Bucks over the Magic 117-99, Thunder over the Spurs 127-89, Nuggets over the T-Wolves 116-107, and the Suns over the Clippers 124-108. All right, only 5 tonight. 7 o'clock, Bulls-Pistons. My line is the Bulls by 10. And the Bulls are giving, let's see, 9.5 total, 220. Under. Don't feel good about it, though. 7:30, TNT, Knicks-Celtics. I have Celtics 14.5 as my line, but there's a possibility that the Celtics guys don't play, which is crazy. Take off Tatum, that goes down to 9. And then if Porzingis and Jaylen Brown don't play, it'll be 1. If all 3 of them don't play, it's going to be Celtics only by a whopping 1. And the only one that will be playing is Drew Holiday. And this doesn't count for Julius Randle's absence, too. The line is Knicks 2.5, total 214. So that means none of those guys are playing. So I would take the Celtics plus the 2.5. I mean, this is like a golden opportunity. If those 3 guys do not play for the Celtics and the Knicks lose this game, they should be ashamed of themselves, Randle or not. Golden opportunity to get within closer to the Bucks of the 2 seed. And obviously pull away from Orlando and Cleveland. I mean, if you're the Knicks, you want to be second or third. We talked about this with Derek the other night on the show. If you want to make the conference finals, second or third. Although, the Celtics are probably playing a little hide and seek a little bit with the Knicks here if they're sitting their guys because they think they're going to see them in the playoffs. So, I don't hate the decision by Boston because they have everything wrapped up and you don't want to risk injury. If you're New York, just take advantage of the opportunity. I hope I'm wrong with this pick. I would take Celtics plus the points. But more likely I'll if I were to bet on this, I would probably take the under. 9 o'clock, Rockets Jazz. My line is the Rockets by 13 and it's 10 and 227. I'll lay the time with the Rockets. Warriors Blazers. My line is Warriors 16.5. And it is 14 and 222.5. I'll lay it. And then last but not least on TNT, Pelicans Kings. Line Sacramento by 4.5 and it's 1 and 217. I'll lay the 1 with Sacramento. Now move on to the NHL. We will recap the small window from yesterday. And then tonight's a big slate. So many big games in hockey that we're looking forward to. Blues over the Blackhawks 5-2. Oilers over the Golden Knights 5-1. Coyotes over the Canucks 4-3 in OT on a game winner by Logan Cooley. Big slate tonight, 7 o'clock. You have the Capitals against the Sabres. Caps playing for their playoff lives. They need the game. The Sabres are favored minus 138. The Capitals are plus 115, over under 5.5. Overs minus 142, unders plus 116. Caps plus 1.5 is minus 15. Sabres minus 1.5 is plus 176. I'm taking the Capitals straight up, plus 115. Devils, Maple Leafs. Leafs minus 200. Devils plus 164. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Devils plus 1.5 is minus 146. Leafs minus 1.5 is plus 122. Over. Flyers, Rangers from the Garden. This is a big one for Philadelphia, where things stand right now, they are 2 back of Washington for the wild card. And 4 back of 3rd in the Metro Division. So, this is a big one for sure for Philly to keep their season alive. The Rangers are minus 220. The Flyers are plus 180 over under 5.5. Overs minus 140. Unders plus 114. Flyers plus 1.5 is minus 137. Rangers minus 1.5 is plus 114. It's just also big for the Rangers, who have yet to clinch the Metro Division. Dallas is breathing up their neck for the President's Trophy. So all these races are enticing. But my pick for this, I'm going to go with the under at plus money. I don't feel good about it, though. This is an Igor Shesterkin stands on his head bet, and the Rangers win 3-2 kind of bet right here. Next, Sens Lightning. Lightning minus 10 cents plus 172 over under 6.5. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Sens plus 1.5 is minus 140. Lightning minus 1.5 is plus 116. Lightning puck line. Jackets Panthers. Panthers minus 385. Jackets 3-1 over under 6.5. Overs plus 104. Unders minus 128. Jackets plus 1.5 is plus 120. Panthers minus 1.5 is minus 144. Over plus money. The biggest game of the night. Red Wings, Penguins. The winner leapfrogs the Capitals potentially in the standings. If the Capitals lose to Buffalo, and the Capitals are underdogs in that game, the Buffalo. So if the Capitals lose to Buffalo, the winner of this game is going to pass them. The Pens are minus 150. The Red Wings are plus 125 over under 6.5. Overs plus 102. Unders minus 128. Red Wings plus 1.5 is minus 25. Pens minus 1.5 is plus 168. I like the over at plus money. 7:30 Habs Islanders. Isles minus 20. Habs plus 180 over under 5.5. Overs minus 140. Unders plus 114. Habs plus 1.5 is minus 142. Isles minus 1.5 is plus 118. Under plus money. Jets Stars. Another huge game. If the Rangers were to somehow drop at home against Philadelphia, the Stars can pass them for the lead for the President's Trophy. Stars minus 152, Jets plus 126, over under 5.5. Overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Jets plus 1.5 is minus 5. Stars minus 1.5 is plus 168. I like the under. 10 o'clock, Sharks Kraken, meaningless game. Kraken minus 245, Sharks plus 198, over under 5.5. Overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Sharks plus 1.5 is minus 134. Kraken minus 1.5 is plus 112. I like the over. And last but not least, 10:30 Flames Kings. Kings minus 192, Flames plus 158, over under 5.5. Overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Flames plus 1.5 is minus 166. Kings minus 1.5 is plus 138. Kings right now, third in the division. Could drop to the wild card. Oh, the Blues are kind of back in the mix. There's 3 back in the Western for the wild card. So that's something to keep an eye on. So I'm going to go Kings puck line because they need the game. Okay, now move on to Major League Baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. Twins over the Dodgers 3-2. Phils over the Cardinals 4-3. Mariners over the Jays 6-1-10. D-backs over the Rockies 5-3. Giants over the Nats 7-1. Rays over the Angels 4-2. Guardians over the White Sox 7-6-10 on a walk-off single by Bo Naylor. Padres over the Cubs 10-2. Marlins over the Yankees 5-2. Brewers over the Reds 7-2. O's over the Red Sox 7-5. And Justin Holiday's big league debut, Jackson Holiday. Mets Braves postponed. Makeup date September 26th. So the makeup game is so late in the season for this game. Royals over the Astros 11-2. And Rangers over the A's 6-2. All right. Only a handful of games today. The Met game should have been a doubleheader. That's just my opinion. Because there's not a lot of games today. There's only 7. So 12-20 of the Mets against the Braves. The Braves are minus 164. The Mets are plus 138. Over under 9.5. Overs minus 104. And there's minus 118. Mets plus 1.5 is minus 137. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 114. Tough one. I'm going to go with the Over, but I don't feel good about it. 1 o'clock, Brewers, Reds. And by the way, Tose Quintana and Alan Winans. So Brewers, Reds, you have Freddie Peralta and Nick Martinez. Brewers minus 126, Reds plus 108, over under 8.5, overs minus 122, unders even money. Brewers minus 1.5 is plus 126, Reds plus 1.5 is minus 152. That's a hard one. But I'm going to go with the over 4.5 Brewers runs, minus 113. Twins, Tigers. Pablo Lopez and Tariq Skubal. Excellent game. Excellent pitching matchup, I mean. Tigers minus 120, Twins plus 102, over under 6.5, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Twins minus 1.5 is plus 172. Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 210. So Twins favored on the run line. Tigers favored on the money line. Give me the Twins plus 102. 2 o'clock, Astros, Royals. Hunter Brown and Brady Singer. Astros minus 142. Royals plus 120. Over under 9. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. Astros minus 1.5 is plus 114. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 137. Royals money line plus 120. I just like how Singer's been pitching and don't like how the Astros have been playing. They're 4-9. I thought they were 2-9. I thought they were worse than 4-9. It feels worse for them. 2:30 A's, Rangers. J.P. Sears and John Gray. Rangers minus 180, A's plus 152, over under 9.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115, A's plus 1.5 is minus 134, Rangers minus 1.5 is plus 112, over. 6:30, Pirates, Phillies. Jared Jones and Ranger Suarez. Phillies minus 152, Pirates plus 128, over under 9, minus 110 each way. Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 162, Phillies minus 1.5 is plus 134, I like the under. And last but not least, 7 o'clock, MLB Network, O's, Sox. Grayson Rodriguez and Garrett Whitlock. Both these guys have been tremendous so far this year. O's minus 124, Red Sox plus 106, over under 9, overs even money, unders minus 132. O's minus 1.5 is plus 130, Red Sox plus 1.5 is minus 156. I'm going to go with the Red Sox straight up plus 106. They lost the series already, but I don't think they're going to. I don't think they want to be swept. So I'm going to take the Sox at plus 106 as a home underdog tonight. All right, now move on to soccer. We'll touch on the results from yesterday and look ahead to any notable soccer for today. Champions League. Barcelona over PSG 3-2. That was big in the first leg. And Atletico over Dortmund 2-1. All right, so Europa League today. 3 o'clock, Milan and AS Roma. Just going to pull up those lines very quickly. All right, Milan minus 135. Roma plus 360, and the draw is plus 250. So for this one, we're going to go over 2.5 goals at minus 110. 3 o'clock, Liverpool and Atalanta. Liverpool minus 350, Atalanta plus 750, and the draw is plus 340. I like the over 3.5 goals at plus 112. These are all first legs, by the way. Benfica, Martial. Benfica minus 130, Martial plus 340. The draws plus 260. Under 2.5 goals plus 110. And Leverkusen, West Ham. Leverkusen minus 310, West Ham plus 750. The draw is 4-1. We're going to do over 3.5 goals at plus 154. And then Conference League quarterfinals. 12:45 Olympiacos and Fenerbahce. Just gonna find conference league. Here we go. Olympiacos plus 55, Fenerbahce plus 170, draw plus 230. I'm gonna take Fenerbahce and plus 170 on the road as like an upset pick. Victoria Plzen and Fiorentina. Fiorentina minus 115, Plzen plus 330, draw plus 240, going Fiorentina minus 115. 3 o'clock, Club Brugge and Paok. Brugge minus 105, Paok plus 290, draw plus 250, and going with Brugge plus 105. And last but not least, Aston Villa Lille. Aston Villa minus 150, Lille plus 410, draw plus 280. I'm going to go under 2.5 goals at plus 101. How often do you see plus 101 sitting there? I'm just going to check to see if there's any other games that we have to touch. And I doubt it because of the Europa Leagues. Oh, we have a USL game tonight. 7 o'clock, Miami, Tampa. Tampa plus 115, Miami 2-1, the draw's plus 240. Going with the draw plus 240. And then Tuesday we had, I thought it says we had a game on Tuesday, but I guess not. So yeah, short soccer segment today. All right, the Masters. We have a big day on our hands. And it's going to be a lot of fun. With the Masters this year, and I'm looking forward to it. It's all going to get on their way sooner rather than later. And we may have some early scores. Let's see. No, we do not. It all gets started at 10:30. But I just want to touch on some FanDuel odds. I gave out Koepka at 20-1 to win. Because you guys know how I feel about Mr. Brooks. So Scottie Scheffler's a 4-1 favorite, which is ridiculous. 10-1 sitting there is Rory McIlroy. 11-1's John Rahm. Xander Schauffele's 14-1. Brooks goes down to 18-1. So I guess yours truly's money made the odds shorter. Hideki Matsuuma's 20, and so is Jordan Spieth. Ludwig Aberg and Joaquin Niemann are 30-1. Bryson DeChambeau and Victor Hovland are 35-1. Patrick Cantlay, Wyndham Clark, Matt Fitzpatrick are each 40-1. Will Zalatoris and Dustin Johnson and Tommy Fleetwood and Tony Finau, Colin Morikawa, Heath Thiglia, all 45-1. 50-1, Justin Thomas, Cam Smith, Shane Lowry, Cam Young. 61's Tyrrell Hatton, Russell Henley, Siwoo Kim 65, 70, Sam Burns, Max Homa, Brian Harmon, 75, Corey Connors, Jason Day. 80-1's Patrick Reed. 100-1's Adam Scott. Tiger's 150, so is Sergio. Ricky Fowler's 170, Tom Kim's 170, Harry English is 170, Justin Rose is 170, which is insane. Phil's 300, which is even more insane. I think Tiger's overvalued, personally. Even Phil who had a good Masters last year, is undervalued. Gary Woodland, 400. Like, some of these numbers are ridiculous. Bubba Watson's 500. Pino Malnati, 600. Zach Johnson's 1,000. So, a lot of crazy odds. But I would still give out Koepka at 18, even though I got it yesterday at 20. All right, Survivor. Good episode yesterday. They are officially merged, which is pretty cool. The new tribe is named Nui Nui. To open the show, Charlie admitted to voting Venus to Q's just up to Q. And then during the night, Ben had a panic attack and was confronted by Kenzie. All right, so the players divided into 2 teams with 6 by random draw, balanced on floating A-frames and moving up onto a narrower footholds after regular intervals. And if a player fell off the platform or touched the structure, they were eliminated. And the longest-lasting player from each group won immunity, while the longest-lasting player overall won a reward of coffee, sandwiches, and pastries for their team, along with the advantage of going to tribal second, which would mean that the person eliminated goes to the jury. The groups were Charlie, Liz, Maria, Soda, Tevin, and Venus, and then Ben, Hunter, Kenzie, Q, Tiff, and Tim. So, your immunity winners were Kenzie and Maria ended up winning reward for her group, as that group's immunity came down to Maria versus Tevin. And Tevin had a great effort to stay alive in that challenge. So the Yanu 3 were in the middle, of course, but Q's bossiness and penchant for flip-flopping in his decision-making earned Kenzie and Tiffany's distrust. And at Tribal, the Yanu 3 and Hunter voted out Tim. And then, so Tim just misses out on the jury. And with the other group, Charlie was seen as the easy target for the Nami for, but Tevin hopped to blindside Soda, and Maria felt more inclined to vote out Venus, but at Tribal, everyone followed Tevin's lead and sent Soda to the jury. So Tevin himself voted Venus, which did not make any sense whatsoever. I guess he changed his mind at the last minute. Best move of the episode. I think the Soda blindside. Because she has a big personality and she was a threat, so I thought that was a really good move by them. Worst move of the episode. Definitely Charlie admitting to voting out Venus. It's Survivor. You're supposed to lie in the game. Favorite moment of the episode? I'm going to say was something I mentioned earlier. Tevin putting on that balancing act to keep himself alive in the challenge. I love seeing effort like that. Even though Tevin did not win immunity, I just like the effort he showed to stay alive and didn't quit. there wasn't really a moment that stood out in a negative way in terms of, oh, that was the worst part of the episode for me. So I really don't have a worst moment. All right. Winner pick. I'm gonna flip back to Maria. Hunter's name was written down a couple times. That was not ideal for him. So I'm flipping it back to Maria. She has an immunity. She has the respect from the tribe, and I think that she's gonna go super far. So next out. That's a good one. There's a lot of drama, obviously. But I hate to say this, but I think the next out's going to be Charlie. And that's going to cause some problems with Maria, with the Yanu group, and the Nami group. So, I think Charlie's next out. Individual immunity winner. He came oh so close for it last night. I'm going to say it's Tevin. So there you have it for Survivor. Masked Singer. Fun show last night. It was the return of Group A. We have not seen this group in over a month. It was Transformers night, which was pretty cool. Starfish kicked it off. There was a jukebox. Clues about Fleetwood Mac and Eric Clapton. Green Day talks about joining a band. Talks about versatility. There were snorkels, a live sign. And Starfish performed 21 Guns by Green Day. Special clue, earned awards as a part of a talented group. I was thinking Saturday Night Live and being a part of a group, and I thought of Amy Poehler, and that's who Jenny said as well. Robin said Tina Fey, and Rita said Maya Rudolph. And then Ugly Sweater. There's plaids, and there's some airplanes, there's clothes. Talks about how at one point the spouse was more famous, and then he was on top of more charts, and then there's a stop sign. And this person performed Brick House by the Commodores. The special clue, spends times wisely and Lifetime Achievement Award. I think this is like a very famous older singer. I'm going to go with Eddie Murphy. Jenny went with Lionel Richie, but I doubt it because no one sang their own song before. I mean, I feel like if it was Lionel, I'd know his voice. So I don't think it's Lionel. Robin said Charlie Wilson. I just combined Robin and Charlie right there. Then Rita said Smokey Robinson. Next it was Lovebird. There was a picnic table. He loved Transformers. There was a camera 24/7, checkered flag, escape the trap. There were bird cages, popcorn, battery. And said he helped people from the courthouses to the White Houses. And then Lovebird performed All That You Are by the Goo Goo Dolls. The special clue was made TV history before. I landed on Jersey Shore's The Situation, Mike Sorrentino, and that's who Rita said too. Jenny said Nick Bile and Colton Underwood, and Ken said Dwayne Johnson. Goldfish. There's a Christmas globe, an alarm. She talks about seeing her exes everywhere. There's TikToks about her, vampire, and there was fish in the clue package. The song was Baby Come Back by Player. The special clue was you could barely hear the Transformers speak, but the special clue, I think, said, like, famously had her heart stolen, which makes sense considering the clues. I thought about Gwen Stefani because she has a Christmas album. She's had some, I think, public breakups in the past before she started to date Blake Shelton. Some of her songs are on TikTok. Jenny said Sarah Hyland. Ken said Kristen Stewart. And Rita said Nina Dobrev of Vampire Diaries. And last was a koala, who was a wild card. There were binoculars. There was Colorado. Says he wasn't star material. There was a cowboy hat, a first hit, TV, belt, sword. And Koala performed Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. The special clue was a short list with some goats. My first guess, I'm not going to say who it was. But after performance, I thought this was Deion Sanders. Robin said Michael Irvin. Ken said Deion Sanders too. And then Rita said Tyreek Cruz. All right, first unmasked was Lovebird. My final guess was The Situation, Mike Sorrentino. Robin said Josh Duhamel. Rita said The Situation. Ken said Dwayne Johnson. And Jenny said Colton Underwood. And it was indeed Colton Underwood, so Jenny was correct. Second unmasked was Koala, although it should not have been Koala. It should have been probably Starfish or somebody like that. It probably should have been Starfish. I landed on Deion Sanders initially, but as Koala was unmasking, I thought about the Denver clue, or the Colorado clue, Broncos, Cowboy hat, Cowboys, and I was like, who played for the Cowboys and the Broncos? And I thought about the former Cowboys and Broncos defensive end, DeMarcus Ware. Ken said Deion Sanders, Rita said Tyreek Cruz, Jenny said Shannon Sharp, and Robin said Michael Irvin. And it was DeMarcus Ware, like I said, I called it at the super last second before he unmasked. So I was right about Koala at the end. Kind of like Ray Parker Jr. a little bit. A couple years ago. So I think Group A is going again next week, if I'm not mistaken. Or it might be Group B plus a wild card. We'll see. He didn't say on the show what was going on. So Group A, who's left? Starfish, Ugly Sweater, and Goldfish. So the Group A final is either next week or the following week, but I have to double check. Now move on to the news and notes for today. The big news this morning is that the Browns restructured Nick Chubb's contract as his base salary was lowered to free up some cap space. So it's pretty cool that Nick Chubb was like, okay, I don't mind taking a little bit of a pay cut. Josh Allen, 5-year extension, $150 million from the Jaguars, $88 million guaranteed, well deserved for him. He really broke out in a big way this past year, and he earned that money. The NFL allows a third helmet option as update to uniform policy allows teams an additional alternate helmet. That's interesting. Week 1 matchup in Sao Paulo, Brazil has been set. The Eagles will play the Packers. That's pretty cool. Jalen Hurts against Jordan Love. Stephon Diggs liked the post as somebody tweets Bills low-key got the worst fan base. Y'all better ASF in the comments. And then Diggs liked the post. Yikes. There is a warrant issued for Rashid Rice as he's facing arrest for 8 charges stemming from multi-vehicle crash. So Jada Daniels is visiting the Giants on Monday, so that's pretty cool. So some baseball. Yoan Moncada out 3 to 6 months as he's dealing with a left abductor strain. That is a terrible injury for the White Sox. And that team is just a freaking mess. You're up 5-0 and you blow the freaking game. I'm just pity because I had the under in that game. But my God, what a disgrace of a franchise the White Sox are right now. They might end up finishing with the worst record in baseball. So, how about this? Some WNBA news. The Indiana Fever get 36 national TV games as they're set to draft Caitlin Clark. Victor Wembanyama didn't play last night due to an ankle injury. Trae Young came back last night against the Hornets from the finger injury. Karl Anthony Towns was supposed to be back last night against Denver. Meanwhile, Giannis won't play for the rest of the regular season as he's recovering from a calf strain. Jackson Holiday obviously played last night. He batted ninth. And then Cal Ripken Jr. gives Jackson the blessing to wear his dad's jersey number, so that's pretty cool. And speaking of Iowa, Caitlin Clark, 22 won't be worn again in Iowa, as it shouldn't be. Giancarlo Stanton now has a home run against all 30 Major League Baseball teams after homering against his former team, the Marlins, last night. So, John Calipari to Arkansas finally announced 5-year deal starting at $7 million a season. They announced it, and then he had an introduction press conference as he talks about excitement to build a program into a consistent winner and much more. And then Kentucky's to meet with Scott Drew, as it should. Malik Monk said online he was flipping to Arkansas to stick with John Calipari. Kentucky loses 5-star center Jaden Quintance. Isaiah Collier declares for the draft he could be a lottery pick. Sidney Crosby, most complete player in the NHLPA pool. That's not surprising, even though he's really old at this point. The NHL can move the Coyotes to Salt Lake City as soon as next season, so that's interesting news. They'll probably share the arena with the Jazz. There's a full circle moment for Tony Kemp as he shares a story about being designated for assignment for Jackson Holiday. I saw that online. I suggest you guys check it out too. Alright, so federals say Otani is the victim in the scandal as interpreter to be charged after federal investigation absolves Shohei of wrongdoing. That's according to TMZ, so that's interesting. So Drew Holiday agrees to an extension, 4 years, $135 million to stay with the Celtics. That's a lot of money for Drew Holiday. So yeah, that is over $30 million a year for Drew Holiday. So there's an executive that said that they would be shocked if the Bears kept the number 9 pick. That's crazy. If I'm the Bears, I trade up to back up to get like MVH or MHJ or whatever we're going to call him and put him with Caleb Williams. The NBA may ban a player for betting, as Adam Silver says Jonte Porter allegedly betting on games would be a cardinal sin. Kyrie Irving earns a $1 million bonus as he gets some pocket change after the Mavs' 50th win of the season. All right, so very happy for you news and notes. Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There are a few I like. But there was one that really jumped out in a big way. I'm going with the over 6.5 in the Jackets-Panthers game at even money. It's just auto overs with the Columbus Blue Jackets. And there's not, a lot of time to get going on the trend. And even money, too, is pretty good. So I'm going to go over 6.5 to even money between the Jackets and the Panthers for my best bet of the day. So there you have it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow with a big show. And hopefully we get an NFL mock draft in there. If not, we'll certainly do it on Monday. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.